Hey garden friends, hey, it's Diane. Well, it's cucumber time here in the Midwest, and today we're going to be making some refrigerator pickles. We still have some from last year and they're still very good. So I'm just going to kind of take you through the recipe that I use and just to show you what I do here and how easy it is to have refrigerator pickles all year long. The ingredients we're going to need are, of course, the cucumbers. Got some onions from the garden. We got apple cider vinegar, mustard seed, ground cloves, and celery seed, and turmeric. It also calls for salt and sugar. But basically, it's really simple. I'm just going to be using this big glass bowl to put it all in and to store it in the fridge for a week or two, and then from there, I just transport them in the jars. Very simple to do. So this recipe calls for 6 cups of cucumbers. I'm going to do 12. I'm doubling the batch. Normally I like my cucumbers small, but I do have some bigger ones because, you know, I missed them out on the vine. But they'll be great for pickles. So I'm just going to be slicing them. First thing you do is wash them real good. And then I'm just going to slice them. And they are just so delicious this year. I could just eat them just like this, but it is nice to have pickles. We're going to be slicing 12 cups. I took some cucumbers to my mom today and she was really happy because they didn't get any in this year and they don't do a lot of gardening anymore. Now, as you can see, these are bigger. They got some more seed. They got seeds, but that's perfect for pickles. It's going to work just fine. These do not have to be precise. Okay, so approximately 12 cups. I think I added a little bit more. Now we need 4 cups. Now I'm doubling the batch. 4 cups of onions. This ought to be fun. Just slice them. We'll see how this goes if I don't cry. Might take me a little bit to get these done. These are the copra onions I had out in the garden. I'm just going to do 4 onions, and it won't probably be quite 4 cups, but it'll be okay. I'm just going to throw them in there with that. I do have a slicer, but last time I used it, I could cut myself, so I'm going to be a little more careful. We'll come back when I get these done. All right, there's my sliced onions and cucumbers. That's going to be a load. This is about what I did last year. Once I put that mixture on there, it'll kind of cook it down a little bit, and it's just so easy and so good. So let's mix up the brine now. Let's get all that mixed together. Then we'll cook it, and then all we got to do is pour it in this container. I'll let it cool down a little bit, and then I'll put it in the fridge. So we'll set it aside. Now this calls for 1.5 cups of sugar. Now, I don't double the sugar. I got the organic pure cane sugar. That is what I want to use. As far as the vinegar, we need 3 cups of vinegar since I'm doubling the batch. And I will have this recipe in the description area for you guys if you want to try it. It's so simple. Just 3 cups. It says cider vinegar, but I got the apple cider, so it'll be fine. Okay, 1.5 cups of sugar. I don't double the sugar. Just gonna mix that up a little bit. All we gotta do is bring this to a boil. We're gonna do a teaspoon of salt. 1 teaspoon of mustard seed. Okay, 1 teaspoon of celery seed. 1 teaspoon of ground turmeric. 1 teaspoon of ground cloves. I thought last time it was very strong. I'm going to cut back on the ground cloves because I just think I'll like it better. So I'm just going to go half on that one. Smells so good. While that's cooking, now I got all this compost, right? I'm putting it in my compost. I purchased this online, and I'll have the link in the description area. I just love this compost bin. It's 1.6 gallons. It holds a lot. As soon as you put stuff in here, it just starts breaking down. It's got a filter here, and it's green inside. It doesn't seem to stain. I've added a lot of stuff in here already. So it breaks down. It seems to just break down in here. And the other day I went to empty it and put it in my compost bin outside, and it was pretty heavy and it was kind of nasty, but there was no odors, there was no bugs, and I just love it. And it's pretty because stainless steel, you know, and it's got a handle here, really neat. It's got holes up here. So this opens right here where the little filter is. Snap it shut. And that's it. I just love this thing, especially in the house. I normally would use a bowl or a strainer, and it always drew so many gnats. This does not. So I just wanted to share that with you. Isn't that sweet? Brought the brine to a boil, and all you got to do is pour it in. Now this don't look like much, but this will cook down, and you can always add a little more vinegar if you want. And I did use a few more cucumbers, but it's going to be fine, believe me. What you do is just leave it now and just let it set, and you might want to just stir it, push down the cucumbers in the mix. Like I said, I can top it off with some more vinegar. So we'll come back in a little bit and see how it's doing. About 15 minutes later, see how it's kind of cooking down. That's been about 25-30 minutes, and it's close, but remember I put more cucumbers in here than it called for. I just do things that way. So if I had it, I bet there's probably a couple cups extra in here. So I'm going to let that cool and then put it in the fridge, and it says you can use these 24 hours from now, but honestly I'm going to let them set for a while because I got pickles from last year. You can cover your container and then put it in the fridge. Go ahead and keep stirring it if you want, which is good, but that vinegar is going to work its magic on those cucumbers and the sugar. So looks really delicious. I've been picking some out of here. It's really good. So thanks so much for watching today. I hope you enjoyed this recipe. I hope you try it. Let me know if you do. I'd appreciate a thumbs up on this video. It helps me grow my channel. And don't forget, I will have the recipe in the description box and a couple links to the material that I used for this video. We'll talk to you later. Bye-bye. So the next day, I wanted to show you what the pickle mixture looks like. Let's take a look at it. Stir it a little bit. Look how that's broke down. Let's taste one. Look at that. Isn't that awesome? So I just wanted to share with you how that broke down and how it just liquefied. The pickles are still pretty crunchy, but I kind of like that. So I wanted to update you to let you know how that worked out.